Boss. Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk, we gon' have fun. We be on fire, we be lit. It's a unique hustle. Big
Check it. It's Unique Hustle. It's your boy ECO, and I'm here with the lovely, amazing official, Miss Jamaica. What's going on?
Nothing in the day walk on. I want y'all to stop what you're doing right now. Go like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. I mean all. I mean our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us, Boss Talk Podcast 101. We'll pop up first in line. But let me tell you, you got to become a member, because y'all always see us on the street and be talking about how can we support your brand. We love what y'all doing. Keep up the good work. This is how you can support our brand. Under each and every YouTube video, in the description section below right here, there's a link that says join our membership. Click that link, follow all the instructions. You'll see all the exclusive content that y'all been asking us about for years now. But y'all just can't see it if you're not a member. So become a member today. Thank you for all the support.
Man, listen, man, we got a guy in here today, y'all. Been on this interview for about a year and something now, about a little bit over a year. And he in the building. He finally made it to the D, man. Dallas, Texas, stand up, man. Young Pimp is in the building.
What's going on, man?
Man, good to have you, bro. Like I said, I've been definitely a big fan of just the fact of your dad for sure, but just the whole UGK deal, but just you learning who you was and just asking questions and the way God delivered it to me, I couldn't be nothing but thankful. You know what I'm saying? So glad to have you on Boss Talk 101.
I got to ask you, so you were born and raised in Houston or Port Arthur?
I was born in Houston. I was raised in PA. Then
Okay.
I came back to Houston.
So how old were you when you moved to PA?
I was, young. I was like first grade, so about 6 years old.
Till how old?
To like 13 years old.
Till 13, okay. And you were raised with your mom and dad in the same household? Were they living together?
Nah, they wasn't living together. They was apart. My mama, she been married since 05, so, you know, after they did what they did, she had kind of moved on. My mom was always on the standpoint like, man, Chad, I ain't finna mess with you. I want something for sure. I know what type of guy you is, you know, charismatic player, you know, like, so. So
they weren't together very long?
Nah, they weren't together at all.
Okay, but your dad was in your life?
Right, yes.
Okay, but did that affect you? Because I always ask everybody this, because everybody's affected differently, and some people, even although they think they're not affected, it affects them somehow subconsciously.
Right.
But not having your dad in the household, as much as sometimes he come pick you up whenever he can, you know, do that, did it affect you not having him there all the time with you and having that support in the house?
I would say yeah, but it's to the extent like, damn, we didn't really get to, you know each other like that, you know. And then on top of that, I was so young when he passed away, so it's like we didn't get that real, just knowing each other connection. So
you were raised with a lot of regret in your heart.
I wouldn't say regret, because I do cherish the moments that we did have. But if it's anything that I could wish for, it would be to some more time just to get to know each other a little bit better. Do
you be trying to ask other people for stories and stuff like that?
I do it all the time.
Oh yeah, I was about to say.
I do it, man. One of my OGs. Big Keezy, man, it's one of them all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm always calling them like, man, hey, who is this person? Man, who is? Yeah. Hey, you know what happened in this situation? You know, like things like that. But that's definitely a person. But I mean, the list goes on. You know, I'm always trying to tap in with the people who are around at certain times and pinpoints in his life. So
But your mom allowed you to hang out with your daddy pretty often, because I see on your page you have a lot of pictures with him or with your grandma and stuff like that. Right. So she was never one of those mothers that be like, because he ain't treating me right or he ain't not with me, you can't go see him type of person.
Nah, right, man. It was really like my mom always been like that. Like she is the type of person that gonna let you make your decision, you know. Like I can tell you, and it's just for everything, you know, because nigga done messed around and did this and did that, like to I bumped my head, and it's like I told you this, but she the type of person that like if you want to jump out there and go see,
she gonna let you bump your head.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like it was one of them things where I wanted to go to PA and live with my grandma, and she wasn't against it at all. Like, go ahead, you know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And like when it was time for me to leave PA. The year that I left PA, I was going to 7th grade. My grandmother had passed that year, but it was like I was already like, Granny, I'm gonna go back to Houston this year, So, like, with her passing, it's like
it just made you do it.
It messed me up, but it was like it wasn't a forced move. So I kind of felt a little bit better, versus her passing away and like I don't have no choice but to go back. You know what I'm saying? I was already going, so I was kind of like, I was using that to kind of like leverage the pain. If you get what I'm saying.
I got it. So tell me some stories. That's the one thing I hear stories about Pimp whenever he became the rapper, right?
Right.
I know you've probably heard some stories about him when he was a kid. That's what I want to know. If you've heard, like, your grandma before she passed away, did she tell you stories of how he used to be when he was a kid growing up? Did you get a lot of those type of stories?
Not really.
He was so young.
Yeah, I know, but if she told him some.
Not really. If it did used to be in there, used to be like more around the times where he was in high school, and
tell me something she told you.
Like to the point where he ended up dropping out.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was right there though.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like I see what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like so, it'd be like the debates that they used to have back and forth in between that time. Like, come on, Jad. You know what I'm saying. Like, but at the same time, he know what he got bubbling. So it was like some of that type of thing,
right?
Not just too many.
Yeah, because I noticed I told him, I said, one thing I would love to interview somebody who can tell me the childhood stories, like 8, 9, 10 coming up, like that age,
right?
What he was like. Stuff like that.
On my side, I read about it. You know what I'm saying? Like
in the book.
Yeah, in the
Sweet Jones.
Julia Beverly.
Yeah, Julia Beverly. She been on the show. Shout out to Julia, man. I seen you and her doing a campaign when that book when all that was going on, right?
Yeah.
Y'all was going around and everything, man. Julia Beverly, man. Like I said, she came down here, came on the show, showed us mad love here, man. Spent the day with me and my wife, and
I fuck with Julia.
Yeah,
we just, man, me and Julia just talked. Like 2 days ago.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Like, we always going back and forth. She's crazy. Actually, she was telling me, she texted me like, call me, but I was asleep. It was the middle of the day though. I went to sleep. I'm like, man, what's up? You still up? It's like 2, 3 in the morning. She texted me right back like, yeah, Jay was asking about you. He was trying to talk to you.
Wow.
I'm like, oh man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, we always back and forth.
Well, yeah, I like said when she came on the show, man. She's just a genuine person. I told her I want to get her back on the show too. She just dope, brother, when it come down to her journalism and her journey. The way she stuck her neck out for doing stuff with the culture when nothing wasn't really going on in the South. The way she did it and the way it made a sound. You know what I mean?
The whole ozone movement.
Yeah, the ozone movement made a sound. So I think she dope for doing that. And I always bring on Boss Talk 101. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She called me, got on me about something. I ain't gonna even say what it was. But she called me, got on me a little bit about something. But I was, like I said, I told her, I didn't even think of it like that. But just a dope person, man, like I said. And she, on her own dime, just flew down. Ain't no hesitation. I emailed her. She liked the email. She emailed me back. She came to town just like she said, man.
Old school. Yeah, man, we was just talking. One of our conversations too from the other day, probably like 3-4 days ago. Man, she had just sent me a number on her BlackBerry. I'm like, man, this shit crazy, man.
That's crazy.
I didn't know people still have that.
Man, she probably, if it's like a top 3, I'm definitely putting her as one of the people that still got it and that mess around with it, like actively to go back and, man, that's crazy.
That make her different too, man. What did you think about the book? Like when you finally got a chance to adjust it, and that Mama West had her hand in it. How did that make you feel just reading it and dealing with it after you got of age, of course?
It taught me a lot. The book came out in 2015.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hadn't read it up until the time that I went and sat down.
Oh, okay. You didn't read it till you sat down.
I didn't skim through it. I picked it up a little bit here and there, but man, I be on the go, man.
Because you have time when you sitting down.
Right. And I just, then I was here, there, trying to do this, that, man.
So you thank her for doing that because that gave you something to latch on to.
Facts.
And when you're going through your deepest, tryingest time, right?
And it taught me a lot. Even from just how similar me and my old man cases were, even like, we had different charges, but at the same process we went through.
For?
I went to prison for evading arrest in a motor vehicle and possession of stolen a gun.
Okay.
But like even the process, but I was on probation for some other stuff back in high school, hustling and.
I want to ask you, how was it? What transfer unit did you hit first when you went?
Garza West.
You went to Garza.
Look, the first 3 units I went to are the same first 3 units my
That he
Your
went
dad
to.
went to.
It's crazy. Garza West, Dominguez, and San
Did you
Antonio.
meet people there who knew him?
I met one guy who claimed he was locked up with him.
And what did he say?
He was just telling me how much of a good person he was, and you know, like how he used to watch him be at the table writing in the day room, and you know, like stuff like that. But yeah, it was only that
Only one
person.
person.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Because I interviewed Fred Hampton Jr. and his dad. You know, his daddy died. See, this is what Boss Talk is about. Think about this for a minute. You got to see your dad, right?
Right.
Your dad, you was with him till you was 6, 7 years old. Fred Hampton was killed by the police while Fred Hampton Jr. was in his mama's stomach.
Damn.
And I went and interviewed him. And he came to Houston as well and interviewed a second time. But he ends up going, his daddy went to prison for, was it $71 worth of ice cream? And he ends up going to the same prison that his daddy went to once he got of age. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Never meeting his dad because the police killed his dad. You can see it on this, movies out about this. And then after that, he ends up going to that prison, and you can see that on Boss Talk 101, where he talks about the experience of going to prison, to the same prison his father ended up going to.
It's crazy. Yeah,
It's crazy.
The first 3 units I went to, I was like, man, shit can't.
It's
be for real.
crazy.
But let it get deeper though. My felony judge, 'cause I have felony case and misdemeanor cases, but my felony judge, Janine Barr in court 182. She was the same judge who sentenced my father. Like I stood before the same lady who sentenced my father.
Wow.
So she knew that was your dad.
I can't say that 100%.
Yeah, because if she didn't mention it.
I can't say that 100%, but it was just, you know, when you take a step back and looking at everything,
All the coincidences.
It's like, damn, is this really even a coincidence? Mm-hmm. Like, it's too, you know, it just be too.
But what was your takeaway from all of these? What was your takeaway from all of these coincidences? Like when you sit back and really look on it, like, because everything is a message.
Right.
What message did you get from all of this?
This ain't the life. This ain't the life that I'm supposed to be living. But I'm getting seen what I'm like. Okay, for instance, when I was there, I used to tell my mama this a lot. In order to know where you don't want to be at, sometimes you got to go to that place first. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's just how it was. That was my whole outlook on the situation. You know, from day one to the last day, like, and so I just took it for that. It's like you see how parallel like things can be. Like, do you want to live like this or you want to live like this? You know, but.
So you learned your lessons from it.
Yeah, most definitely.
So you ain't never going back.
I gotta ask you a question. Like, when did you even know I reached out to you when you was locked up?
Nah.
You didn't even know. My wife comes like, how did this nigga?
Yeah.
Cause
I told him that.
I was
said,
like, man, this nigga don't even know that. And I reached out to King boy, and I sent your mom some money. I for you.
It
did
came through. I'm not gonna.
He don't know who all sending money.
If you send it through them, it for sure came.
I definitely sent it through them because that's who I met. That's who I made my alliance with. Because of Ronnie Spencer, they was over there recording.
Oh gee, shout out Ronnie too, man. We just did a bad song.
Yeah, I heard it. I'm gonna talk about that. I don't know if now or whenever they come on, but at any rate, I went over Ronnie's, and that's how I met King Boy.
Okay.
And then he was so genuine because I was like, man, I'm a big Pimp fan. And he started telling me about you. And I'm like, I didn't even know that. And then that's how I started to know. So I started hitting him up. He'll tell you the same thing. He started FaceTiming me. And I was like, man, I said, where? I said, sitting here, get me. He said, I got the text message. I got receipts. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So basically, he gave me all the information about you, about your mother. That's how I found out. Okay. And it wasn't just y'all. You got to realize from Charlie Lowe Jr. and all of them, I deal with everybody, bro. Little Soldier Slim. I'm going to always be, I don't know what it is. It's just the fact of, and I just did Flavor Flav daughter. I just feel like, man, if there's anything missing and if there's anything I can do, I want God to use me for that.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that's real.
So and not just them, Trap Boy, whoever. I write prison. I dealt with that. So that's kind of how. and he's just brought it. That's how I do my ministry. Like I always reach back to the places where I was at and try to figure out what God want me to get out the situation.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it make a lot of sense.
So I mean, like I said, for you to be on that unit, you was on the Walls unit too.
Yeah, I was on the Walls.
The Golden Gates.
I was on the Walls.
You know what I'm saying?
I was on the. Me and my old man went to. If that's the case, I went to 4 units. He was in.
Yeah, because he had to get out at the Walls
right now.
Yeah,
because I was just the 3 I was thinking. I left the Walls out. The 3 is Garza, Dominguez, San Antonio, Darrington.
Okay.
And then the Walls.
Then the Walls.
Yeah, I went to all 4.
Went to all 4 of them.
Yeah.
You didn't go to Terrell unit. He went to Terrell unit.
I didn't go to Terrell. I discharged from a unit called Hot Tower unit in Dallas, Texas.
Well, man, just glad you made it through it. Now, how was it being locked up? You get there, you pairing it up, you doing all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have to work. Did you hit one? Did you get one Aggie, please?
Man, them people had me.
Was you hitting on it? Was you in the field?
Man, hell no.
But you know they were going out there.
Hell, not me.
How'd you get out of it? How'd you get out of it?
Because when I came through the door, I told them I got asthma.
That's what a lot of people do.
I can't do it.
Look, people was see you kind
Do
of
you
something
have
different.
asthma?
So I'm like, no, hell no. But look, a lot of people, man, what they call that shit, man. Damn, what they call it?
That boy, one AP, he want hit on that Aggie, man.
Host squad.
Yeah, that's what they call it, the host squad. But I said 1 AP because that's what it be on your paper if you got to go to that field.
Nah, hell nah. Because look, you know, nigga got partners and family and all type of things.
So they told you what to say.
Yeah, they already kind of hipping me to what things gonna be like. So I get down there, what all wrong? I got asthma, man. I made sure, if I ain't make sure nothing, man, I'm down there going to the pill window, refilling my inhalers and everything. We're gonna keep it.
But that wasn't using it.
Wasn't even using it.
He's spraying it out.
Man, I'm not even spraying it. That thing's still fresh. I got a new one. Yeah,
so
hell no.
Did you? Okay, you gotta get up at 5 in the morning, go to breakfast at 3 to 5. Like, did you eat the breakfast?
Nah, I wasn't really going to chop that much, really.
You ain't never eat that pancake and peanut butter?
Nah, don't get me wrong. I went down there some morning, but it wasn't too much though. Yeah. For one, nigga got tired of them pancakes. And for 2, I'm not breaking my sleep at no 3:30, 4 o'clock every day for the same thing.
So you ain't got to wake up and go?
No. Nah, it's definitely, it's 100% optional. But
sleep late, lose weight, right?
No commissary.
Yeah.
Right, you starving for the rest of the day.
Man, I stayed stocked up while I was down there. You know, like, had a couple of rough patches, but it wasn't really because of the money. It was like, say for instance, man, we don't go to the store for so long.
How much can you spend? It was 60. It's now 90, ain't it?
Nah, hell no. They bumped it up again from 90 to, I think it was 105.
105?
Yeah,
105. Niggas go and get big pastries.
Yeah. 2, 3 bags down the line. Niggas like, damn, what doing me here? Come down there.
But when you got out, did
don't get out. No, I want to talk about it.
Okay.
You niggas spreading with each other and all that. They still do that down there?
What?
Niggas bust a spread.
What? Ain't nothing else to eat.
But they took back. They used to have them on milk cans. Now they don't give y'all nothing but plastic everything, right?
Yeah, because you know how that shit
goes.
Put that shit in the sock in.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into a fight?
Nah, hell no.
None of that. Nobody approached you, try to test you, none of that stuff.
Look, it was where I was at. People already knew who I was just by seeing my face. Like I had somebody come to me like, man, what's your people name, man? Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, one thing about it's a gift and a curse. Because some people gonna love you, people gonna hate you. Mm-hmm. So I always like made sure that when I was in there, I never let people feel like they was too close to me, but at the same time, you know, like
you can tell by energy.
You know, you got real niggas down there, so it's like, you know, I'm gonna rock with y'all, you know, nigga gonna fuck with y'all, but we gonna keep it here. Like, y'all, that shit over with. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, nah, hell no, I ain't had no situation.
They ain't had no problem, no, and that's good, man, because I always say it's what you bring to you. If you looking for that, you can find that.
Facts.
Anything you want to be down there.
It's easy to stay out the way.
It's easy to stay out the way.
And staying out the way don't even mean that, like, you tucking your tail to this, not participating in the activity. It just means that no matter what goes on any day, you doing what you do, you minding your business. Like, that's what staying out the way is.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And Go ahead.
But can I ask about
Go ahead,
coming
go
out?
ahead, go
Okay, so coming out, because how long did you stay in there for?
2 years.
2 years. Some people say 2 years is not a lot of time. Some people say it is. But what had changed for you when you came back out after 2
Good
years?
question.
The way people work on the internet, it wasn't really like that when I left. Like my brother Young He's and when I came home, we was rocking for a little minute. He was like, man, bitch, you gotta work the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
He right.
Bitch, you gotta work the internet. And I
But he
paying
don't
attention.
even work the internet.
Nah, he worked the internet.
He do?
He worked the
Yeah.
damn
Oh,
internet.
okay.
But he like, yeah, but I'm paying attention. You know, like people going viral off the internet.
They
like,
are.
and
He went viral.
and making
Right.
livings off the, you know what I'm saying, off the phone. Like, so that's one thing that I'm still really trying to adapt to, because I don't really be like, the era I came up
Yeah.
in wasn't really televised. You know,
But the internet was around before you were locked up.
Nah, it definitely was, but just the way that
People worked
we
it.
using it nowadays.
Yeah.
And the things that we using it for, like,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, like the Keep Leave guy.
Yeah.
Like, he'll go to somebody's place
Just
and
eat.
turn it all the way up.
Yeah.
Right.
And all he doing is going to taste the food.
Taste
You
the
know what
food
I'm
and giving a review.
saying? Right.
Yeah.
Leaving a positive or negative,
Or negative
review on the
review.
business.
Mhm.
But either way, these people numbers are going up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this the internet work.
Well, you're right. And when you came home, you was more, I'm gonna get back to these clothes and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna sell merch. What how's that been going for you?
It's going all right. It's ups and downs. I'm going through the process of rebranding right now.
Okay.
I'm a with my people over there, SF2, Teresa and them. They was the people that was doing the original Dickie suits back in the day.
Yeah,
The only, you know, she was the only person that ever really made that. Anybody else who made that is definitely not original.
Correct.
You can get it from SF2, Teresa and Susie. It's not
original.
It's not authentic.
Yeah.
Bro.
So that's what you're going with now.
Yeah.
What are you looking to brand it in, like, it's ways to do it to where it's seasonal, to where you bring out, you know where I'm going, where you bring out different, say you might have something for like holiday. You call it a holiday.
I ain't gonna lie to you. We got
but-
everything on deck all year round.
But you see what I'm saying? But it's a way, and this is a mental thing too. Being that I've been dealing with this apparel, it's a mental thing. It gives people a reason to come. You get what I'm saying? So if you're gonna do holiday, if you're gonna do spring, if you're gonna do bullets like that, where you bringing out certain ones, it can still be the same thing, but it's hitting them at different times. You
Right,
see what I'm
right.
saying? To where they feel like, okay, it's time for we can
like
get
right
that
now,
holiday.
we're supposed to be rolling out the hoodies.
There you go, and
The
calling
long
it
sleeve
and
shirts,
then-
the sweats,
and
the
then calling it
beanies,
something.
right?
Calling it whatever you want to call it, but boom, they getting ready. They see it, it's coming, and that's how you stage it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's how they get a lot of people money. The stores, it's everywhere like that.
Yeah, like marketing stunt.
Different capsules.
But,
Yeah.
but it's not really. I say marketing stunt, but it's not a stunt at all.
No, it's
though.
just being precise on how you dealing with your product and the way that you pretty much gonna present it.
right.
Because there has to be something like that if you want to stage it in a way to where it magnifies the crowd whenever it's hitting them a certain way. If you just bring out certain things and you ain't giving them a way to present it, and then it may not hit the same.
And that's one main reason for me rebranding, because I was kind of doing that. Like I said, we gonna have I have a hoodie for you in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're definitely right though. It always gonna be something. Even though it's like that over here, it's always gonna be some new, fresh, different. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we
I want to kill it.
we only gonna do a certain number of these, and you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're gonna keep some exclusive drops.
So whenever you came out, were you did you receive a lot of love and support from family and friends, or did you? Cause you know a lot of times people always say when you locked up is like when you come out you sort of like reduce the amount of friends you have because a lot of them didn't like reach out to you or support
And I know
you.
why.
Things changed and stuff like that. Did that happen to you as well?
Kinda, but not really. Like, when I came back, the people that was trying to show the love that kind of wasn't really there through the process, it's like, I'll give you this little moment, but nah.
You
know
really
what I'm
know
saying?
what it is.
Right. You know, and that go for family
and friends.
like that go for everybody, but yeah, like it's reduced. And the reason is because for one, that time taught me like being isolated, I get more done.
Yeah.
And then two, it just showed me like it's not certain relationships wasn't what you thought it was. So it just make you fall back.
I cut a lot of people off because I just felt like a lot of people fell back. So it's like it's fake love.
Right. Cause
so I got too much stuff
no
to do.
What I'm going through.
You're gonna slow me down too. I got stuff I'm trying to do. I don't need nothing that's not real in my path. I need stuff that's real so I can make my impactful moments can be real.
Right.
But I like the way how you said that, as in like when you come out here is like you have so much distractions that it does slow you down, and because you're made to sit still there, it's easier for you to do. But how can you incorporate find that alone time so you can focus and have your goals like really set where it needs to be, instead of having people be like, hey, come, let's go here. Can you know what I mean?
These days, have to keep staying on the schedule. Too much freelancing, it's like what they saying, idle time is the devil playground.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like the more that I keep myself isolated and in the solitude, it's like my best ideas, I just can step by step everything. They come with being on the schedule, just not freelancing.
Because you have, how many siblings do you have?
In total, 8.
That many?
Yeah,
because you talking about your mother. How many
do you have for your mom? How many?
My mama have 6, my dad have 3.
3.
Oh, okay. Your mama gave birth to 6?
Yeah, 3 boys, 3 girls.
Ooh, my hat go off to your mama because she a strong woman.
They don't make them like that no more.
Like, dang.
They don't make them like that no more.
So I don't, man.
Wow. And you the oldest?
Nah.
For your mama?
Hell no, I'm a second to last.
Oh, for your mama.
Yeah,
so she okay.
My oldest brother on my mama's side is 39?
Okay.
Yeah, 39.
Wow.
So she had them back to back. Close to back to back.
You could say the first 3 they were like kind of back to back, but then the second 3 we are a little bit spaced out.
Oh, okay.
Like my brother, he's 7 years older than me. The one that's on top, and then my baby sister, she 5 years younger.
Are you close with all your siblings?
No.
Okay, let me ask. Are you close with all your siblings on your mama's side?
No.
Like on your daddy's side?
No. we all talk. Don't get me wrong. Like we all have relationships, but the closest I am is to the 2 that I'm mentioning. The one that's 7 years older and the one that's 5 years younger. My brother and sister, them 2, we the closest.
I would think that you would be closer with your mama's side because that's your mom. All of them be with your mama, but since it's your dad, different moms. So that might be a little bit.
And the baby, she just up and left us, man. She just went to the Navy, so
that's a good
really?
thing.
Yeah. Wow.
She's gonna get to see the world, but hopefully everything be straight because this government's they on one. But anyway, let me ask you this, man. Trying to stay sane, man. How did you think that done after you had done that, and then now time has passed and you had a chance to look back at it?
Man, trying to stay sane. Just a little history on it. I wrote that when I was down.
Okay.
I wrote that standing up against the wall at like 2, 3 in the morning. It was just me. I was in there. It's just how I felt. It was like what I was going through at the moment. I'm really like, I'm one of these, like, cause my partner here tell me all the time, like, damn, but you don't never make no turned up music, like no sad, like no club, like, but you need clubs. But shit, niggas just been through all that.
Yeah.
So that's how, like the music for me, it's not really like a go to the turn up. It's like that's my venue.
Yeah.
That's my therapy session whenever I'm just. That's like most of my songs, storylines.
Let me ask you this: when you and D-Trill did "Cry," how hard was it for you to step in there and do your feature and just add your piece to it? You see what I'm saying?
Oh man, I knocked that the night. I knocked that the same. He sent it to me on a Thursday.
And shout out to D-Trill. I got to get him back on there.
And Mississippi, man.
Yeah.
Man, D-Trill shot me that song on a Thursday. I ain't even fuck. He was like, "I'ma be in Houston. Friday? I'm be in Houston Friday. I'm shooting with somebody. Saturday we'll shoot."
He actually came here right after he left there.
I didn't even. Cause I did see that he wore the shirt.
Yeah, he came here right after that. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I ain't even mess with it for the Thursday and Friday. I did that like Saturday about 2 in the morning.
Okay.
Then I text him when I finished it. And I was like, you up? He's like, yeah, I'm in the studio. I FaceTimed him. I played it for him. I recorded myself on that. And he like, shit, I'm fucking with it, man. But I did that. When I finally put it up, I did it like that.
Like quick.
Yeah.
It was a nice song, and his old lady, she did that hook. That hook was nice too. I love that hook. She actually sung it. I think she sung it here.
She did.
She sung the hook right here. When you think about it, you did another song, I Don't Want to Cry.
Right, Ronnie Spencer.
You with Ronnie Spencer
Trap Boy 100.
and Trap Boy 100. Like, cries in these songs, right? Like, you didn't even think about that, probably.
Look, you know what's the crazy part? While we was doing the song, I didn't think nothing about the other song.
Really?
Until after the fact, and I'm riding listening to it, and I thought about it. It just dawned. It like, damn, why we named this song that? It wasn't even like not even the lyrics, you know. But it was just the title. It's like, damn, why we titled it that? But you know, the song is it's organic. So
I like it. I love your verse on it too.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
it was on it right. You know, we had to get one with the OG.
Yeah, Ronnie Spencer, my boy. You know, we talk. That's my guy. We gonna call at least once a month for sure. It's not twice.
To get me on something right now. I think he said he's doing like a 1-day remix or something. He trying to get me a drop of 8 on there.
He's genuine, man. I like to see, like I said, I just want you to keep working. You know what I mean? I think if I was manager, I'd be like, we got to do more work. We got to put out more stuff and more visuals. And because y'all know the way the internet is moving,
right.
You got to have it like that, clockwork, because it's a lot of people doing a lot of things and you can get lost in the sauce. So you got to, and as you do it, you're going to get better. So it's best to keep it in their face, because at the end of the day, you are somebody with a name. A lot of people don't have a name.
Right.
So you have that name and you have an opportunity to do something other people couldn't do.
And that's what I've been doing pretty much on the back end for those who've been wondering, like just putting a solid team together. So whenever we do move forward, we can push, you know what I'm saying? We gotta look back, whoever we lose, we'll replace it along the way. But, you know, just off the rip, when it's time to move, we can move as a pack. You know, everybody doing what needs to be done efficiently.
Yeah, and I'm just getting I think I got everything I needed out of you. You did go on that song. You definitely went by your grandma's house. How tough is that? You know, when you go by there now, you know, and just see the house there or whatever. Do you be in Port Arthur a lot, or?
I slide through and
slide through.
Yeah, I don't have nothing like that.
And that's the way I feel about home too.
Yeah, like my old man gone, from my granny gone, my little sister not there, my brother not there.
You seem like a ghost town, don't it?
Like, I real life don't have no reason to just go out there and freelance.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But your grandma, you were there with her the whole time up till she passed away, right? What did she tell you? Because sometimes when someone is on their, deathbed or dying, we tend to try to leave something that can help you move on.
Want me to tell you the crazy thing?
Yeah.
I didn't even know my granny was sick.
You didn't?
I was in Houston one day, and my mama phone rang. We was in the car together, and it was my little brother, Mama Rhonda. She called. She was like, man, went to Mama's house, she wasn't breathing, man. She on the way to the hospital right now. We shoot from Houston immediately to PA. And it wasn't too long after that, she was gone.
So you got to see her before she actually took her last breath?
I was holding her hand while she took her last breath.
Wow.
You was holding her hand while she took her last breath. Do you remember, like, before all this happening, maybe just talking to her in conversation and she was giving you some things that you could,
She was incubated.
No, I was talking about before.
Just prior to that.
Yeah. Because she's putting on a strong front for you because you didn't know.
She knows.
She
you
knew,
don't know.
but you didn't know. So she's trying to be strong.
She was stage 4. She had lung cancer.
Yeah.
But it was stage 4.
And you didn't notice anything? She didn't look any different?
No. Yeah, but, man, so I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
Like how I would be now. You know, like.
You're younger.
Because even on some days, my mama posted a picture and I called her like, hey, what's up with you? Why you looking like that? You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
you try to take notice of stuff more now.
But at that point, I was 13 then, 12 then, like, so I wasn't really noticing that. Man, Granny kind of slowing up around here, like, Granny kind of looking different.
Looking different.
Like, And at the same time too, it was another situation going on, so I kind of thought it was that. We had gotten a wreck together, me and her.
Okay.
Wow, y'all got in a wreck?
We was turning in somewhere. I used to go to like the little learning center after school, Sylvan. So she was dropping me off one day, and we was turning in, and somebody hit us going like 60. While we turning in.
How long before she passed away did this happen?
Maybe, probably not even a full year.
So they hit on her side or your side?
They hit us from the back.
On the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we was like not going fast at all. We was turning in somewhere.
Right.
So yeah, he smacked us from the back.
So she was going through that. Did she go to the hospital for that?
Yeah, she went through the whole little non-therapy, all that. But I was like, the times when I did kind of notice a few things, I wasn't thinking of it as sickness. You know, it's more of like pain, physical pain, like.
Right.
From the wreck though, that's what I'm thinking.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, like.
But looking back now, you're like, you see where the signs were, but you just didn't realize it.
Well, you know, God don't make no mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know,
wasn't supposed to know it.
Again, I go back to even Fred Hampton Jr. again, you know, to have somebody and to not even be able to have that person. Like, I didn't know my grandmother. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I never got to meet her. She died of cancer before I was born. I knew my great-grandmother, but I didn't know my grandmother. My mother's mother, I never met.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
And
so
see, one of my brothers right on top of me. I think that's why I bond so tight, because he was like 6-7 months and his daddy got shot in the head in the little game. So like some of the loneliness, like that whole, like sometimes we be like here, you know what I'm saying? So like we feed off each other, and like he can sense like my bad days and vice versa. So like we always trying to like
be there for each other.
Yeah.
Man, like I said, I've been wanting to do this interview. Do you think about like a lot of times, you know, you even see growing up hip hop, all these shows that done came out. I know you've taken notice of a lot of.
I was watching that when I was down the road on the tablet.
Okay.
I was watching the one in Atlanta. It had like Angela Simmons, what's Master P's son?
Yeah, and his daughter.
Bow Wow.
Yeah.
And them. I was watching that shit down there, and I was just like a lot of like.
You could relate to it.
Yeah, it's real relatable. And I was like, damn, they need to have some shit like this down south.
Down south,
you know,
for sure.
towards Houston or something like that. It's a lot of legend sons, and
that's right.
Like not everybody not sitting in the house. You know, like I'm one of the ones that's outside. I know for sure Lil Hawk one of the ones that's outside. Fat Pat's son, Lil Pat. He be out, you know, Bushwick Bill's son.
They down there, he outside.
He be outside, like, so it's not like
the people are there, the substance is there.
Facts.
So
it be real, like real shit, like nigga don't be on
No. It's just a real situation too. To come up under that shadow is tough, man. You know, to have to try to understand what the people would expect out of you, and just seeing how they treat and react to you. All that's something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you think about just the whole way that they portray your dad, and always you hear his name, everybody talks about him. He a legend in the South for sure, but really worldwide for me. I don't play by it wherever I'm at. That's my main thing I deal with. You know, like, how is it for you, like when you see people like always talking about your father?
It's always a good thing. It's a blessing. It piss me off sometimes.
I think some of the stuff that you don't agree with.
Yeah, or not even sometimes that I don't agree with it, but it just don't be certain people placed to
talk about.
Right, like I don't have the seniority to talk crazy to an OG, you know, that really didn't put in time and work.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
real.
Like I can't pull this coattail. That's not my place. It take for someone of his caliber to do that. You see what I'm saying? I understand that, but a lot of people don't understand that. So it be them type of situations. But you know, you got to think about it too. It's the internet though, so you gotta let the trollers troll.
That's probably why I go so hard for him, is because of it's stuff out there that's gonna try to sway things a different way. To be honest with you, a lot of people now go. That's why I had to go get Bun, had to get you, had to get Heezy, had to get Bobo, had to get Steve B-Lo. Like, I want to make sure you know over here.
B-Lo.
He the reason I met Bobo. I would have never bet. Steve Belo came here before everybody because Bun mentioned Belo's name on another podcast with Beehive.
Okay.
And when he mentioned it, I'm doing this and I'm just starting. And I said, man, I got to talk to Steve Belo because I'm a fan. Like, I already talked to Heezy, so I called.
I ain't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Beehive ATL.
Yeah,
Okay.
He been on my show.
Okay.
Everybody, we all linked. So I called Heezy, and he's Leo, which that's my partner. I knew him and didn't know nobody else. And Heezy put me with Steve Belo. And then Steve Belo put me with Bobo, and that's when Bobo came on, and that's when he started doing all this too. Okay. So that's how that all happened. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it was just important for me to make sure that this legacy and the way we looked at in the South and what we do on Boss Talk, we represent to the fullest to where people can look and see a standard of this is what the South represent when it come down to the J Princes, the Master P's, the Pimp C's, the Bun B's. You see what I'm saying? And I'm an older cat, so it's like it fits, and I'm a fan of the music.
Nah, the content that you
they in trouble.
It's definitely part of the culture.
They in trouble.
Need to know.
They in trouble.
It's a place to where if you don't know too much and you're trying to find out, you definitely come to Boss Talk.
101 is going down. You know what I'm saying? So I just love y'all, man, and I love the fact that you home, and I'm so glad. I know you ain't going back. I ain't got to worry about that. I just know that whatever you're going through, you got me here, and you can always pick that phone up. And I told, even when you came home, I text you. As soon as you probably don't even remember that, and I text you early on. I'm mad because you ain't never get back with me, but you probably had a lot of things coming at you.
When I first came, I did.
Yeah, but I called Heezy, and Heezy started telling me. Heezy was like, man, he getting it together. He trying to figure things out. Heezy counseling me really on the fact that why you ain't came to Boss Talk. I'm like, why this nigga ain't came to see me?
You want me to be
100?
Look, I was like, when I first came home, I was like on some shit like, man, I'm not popping out. I'm not like as far as like, you know, I'm not doing no features. I'm not doing no appearances type shit. I'm not doing no interviews. Like even with Donnie Houston.
Shout out to Donnie Houston. I talked to him a couple times. Couple times.
The interview, the first interview we did, I wasn't even supposed to be in there. That was really how young he's interviewed.
Yeah.
You know how it go.
Yeah.
I pop up with him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad
you did it. I enjoyed that interview.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get it done.
Yeah.
But you got to get used to all of that.
Yeah, and that was one of them moments too. I was like, this might as well be one of the people that I give one of the first interviews to. Because Donnie Houston, you know, he do a lot of work for the culture. So he definitely
Donnie Houston definitely a dope, like I said, when I came in the game, a lot of people be like, man, won't you get with Donnie Houston? Won't you get with Beehive? But I wasn't a DJ. Right. I'm a fan. I'm not the same as those guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the South, and I'm from the streets. So we different, bro. You know what I'm saying? We different.
I know my lane.
Yeah, I'm not them, and they not me, but I respect them.
Right.
But I know my situation is not like a lot of people's situation. Who thinks this is gonna blow up and people gonna be coming from miles and flying in? I just know how to talk. I'm a country nigga.
Yeah,
that's all it is, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, am I right? It wasn't hard for me to do this because people call me my partner. Some of them in the NFL, was in the NFL. They like, man, E. Some of them just regular niggas. Man, E, you fit. We been man. That's That's who you are. I'm like. Right. Nigga, I'm just talking, you know.
Right. But they appreciate you for being you.
Yeah, that was dope. But I definitely respect those guys, and that's why I went and got Beehive. That's why I picked up the phone and called Donnie Houston, and I called. Man, I've dealt with a lot of people, bro, when it come down to this stuff now.
Right.
But early on, it wasn't like that. You know, different people come on here. Say your dad's name, you know. We've always, you know, even from Pimp and Ken to any of them that was on pictures with him and that was on videos with him, I'm going to represent to the fullest that portion of who he was, and that's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And Bun, I was nervous of getting that interview, and that finally happened because I had met Bun a few times, but just to get him and just to talk to him about, you know, his legacy with UGK was important for me for Boss Talk, and he gave me everything and more, and I can pick the phone up and call him now, he gonna answer. So that's just how I looked at it, just trying to connect the dots so when people look at you and they look at Pimp, they don't have to just see a bunch of stuff that's not real, because the internet is blowing stuff up that ain't even, it's AI. And they just saying whatever. Anybody could do a documentary on your dad right now, right. And people will think that's real. You know that, right? I see it all the time.
I had some people come to me a minute ago trying to do that.
Really?
Yeah, but when I pitched it to Bun, he was like, man, I'm already working on some shit.
Wow.
So I'm like, inquisitive, of course. I'm like, man, well, who? You know? So he didn't really say. I shot a name out there first. I'm like, well, who's such and such? And he like, nah. You just being so dry though, like. Man,
but
you're doing it, say you're doing it like with whoever you're doing it with.
I think it's his character.
You try to give a nigga the runaround, man. Come on, boy.
You think it's because I think it's age differences and gaps too. That has to do with it.
Yeah.
I think when I look at Bun, like I'm real out. Boom. You know, I'm out here. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a different type of dude. You know. He more reserved a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm more. It's just how your character is, bro.
Political.
That's right. I'm flamboyant.
He don't talk as much.
I'm crazy with it. I might say anything. You know what I'm saying? But then he has a lot more riding on the legacy that he built. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I respect it. And I think that's the whole game. Is just you got a situation where you can take whatever you want to do and be whoever you want to be with what God has given you through Pimp C. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And you ain't nothing can stop that. You understand what I'm saying? You his son. So that's up to you however you want to roll that dice. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to see it. Whatever you need from me, I'm here, brother.
We sure cooking
You know
up.
what I'm saying?
We sure cooking up, man. Man, we've been working. I got I don't have no date on this yet, but I got a project in the works called Can You Hear Me Now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's gonna be probably
It's gonna drop this year.
I'm trying, but I'll just ain't gonna not tell y'all.
Young Pimp, you too romantic with it. Y'all
really-
probably trying to wait till the right time. I don't like that, bro. I want to drop by 5 of them things before the year over, nigga.
Nah, facts. I need to, but I don't
But you gotta have the right. You gotta have the right
I don't
punch.
be in the studio that much though, really. I ain't gonna lie.
You don't even
Why
be in there.
not?
Life be lifing.
Yeah, heavy on that. like when I first came back, it was just so much that I was just. I'm not gonna say going through, but it was just a lot of stuff that
You
I
got
was trying
kids
to
and
think
anything?
back on. Hell no.
Oh, you good.
Yeah, so you
How old
supposed
are
to
you?
be good.
24. No
Oh
kids.
yeah, you ready?
You
hell
good?
Oh,
then.
life is real good.
Mom, we just it's patient. I'm just being patient. That's all.
Well, like I said, don't wait to pull the trigger too long because you got a lot of fans and people out here waiting to hear from you.
And you're not getting no younger.
Facts.
Well, I ain't gonna hold you up, man. How can people get a hold of you if they trying to write? First of all, top 3 artists of all time.
Dead or alive, any genre.
Yeah, baby.
Who?
Nah, I'm saying dead or alive.
Yeah.
Dead or alive? You
Any-
better not.
Any genre.
You know I'm over here waiting to see who you say.
Of course, Pimp C.
That's what I'm-
No, that's that. We ain't even gotta.
You gotta
we don't
say
even
it.
have-
You gotta say it.
Like, nah, ain't nobody going before that. Come on, man.
Hey, who else, man? Now we good.
Man. I'm gonna go to the West next.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Pac in there.
Man,
Okay,
there
and
you
number
right there.
3.
Number 3, it's crazy because I think all of mine did.
Who was the next one? Who was the last one?
Man. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's gonna probably throw y'all off, but I'm going Isley Brothers.
Whoa.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
You love them Isley brother.
Man,
Me too.
The guitar, like just
Yeah.
the feel, like for instance, pinpoint one song, Boys to Atlantis.
Yeah.
Like just I don't know, man. That song do something to me right there. That song in particular, that song do something to me.
Man.
Put me in a whole another dimension, kind of.
That's good.
Wow, man. How can people get a hold of you if they trying to reach
Man,
out?
if y'all trying to find me, man, I'm in the street somewhere.
Do you produce your own music
Get
too?
into it, but nah.
She said, do you
Do
produce,
you produce your own music too?
I record and say I'm trying to fuck around with it a little bit
And learn
more.
how to, yeah.
but not yet.
Not yet.
But it's definitely a go though.
Okay.
But y'all can find me on Instagram at Pimp Chad Jr. PIMPCHAD my YouTube channel Young Pimp YUNGPIMP. I don't really too much be on nothing else. Instagram, YouTube, or catch me in the streets, man.
If I come to H-Town next week, I'm gonna look you up. I'm gonna get your number in a minute again. I think I still, if it's the same, did you change it?
Nah, it's the same.
Oh, I got it.
I've been having this number for probably.
Yeah, but you're going to have to call so he can save your number.
Yeah. Call my number when we get off here. We'll do that. But anyway, man, thank you for coming on the show, man. Like I said, if you need me for anything to promo, you know I'm out here pushing. So if it's something you're trying to get out there, you're always welcome to call me or holler at Heezy or me or any anybody that's linked to me. But you got my number. And we're gonna push it up. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, man. It's been another great segment of Boss Talk 101, where the bosses talk.
And we out.